Today up just out the back of Merivale, going to do quite a few tours today, but I'll spin you around, so I'll show you where we are. There's North Hessery Tour, King's Tour there, over in the distance. Not doing those today, but here we've got Little Staple Tour, Middle Staple, Great Staple, Cox Tour, and out the back over there is Rouge Tour. So that's going to be the second half of the route. The first half, we're going to go down over yonder, Feather Tour, Pew Tour, Vixen Tour. So basically going to go over there, circle back around. Yeah, so the views up here are really cool as well. You can see for miles right into Cornwall. There's Brent Tor, which is Tavistock, and then if you come around, probably can't quite make it out on camera, but that hill there, that's Kit Hill. It's got a big monument on top, but that's over by Callington in Cornwall. And then you come around a bit further, over here is Carradon Mast, which is far enough down in Cornwall, and to be able to see it from, back up in Devon, it's pretty cool. So yeah, we're heading over that way. Feather Tour, first port of call. You can just see here, that is Feather Tour. Then just up behind it, you've got Heckwood Tour, Pew Tour, and you can just see the top of Vixen Tour there. So say we're going to go Feather Tour, Heckwood Tour, Pew Tour, back around to Vixen, and then over to the Staples, Rue and Cox Tour. All right. Oh, by the way, when we get to Vixen Tour, I've got a little bit of a legend, a bit of a story to tell you as well. So something to look forward to, hopefully, eh? So Stonecross there, which we'll come back to in a minute. Look, how pretty is that? It's a tiny little waterfall, but really cool. And there's Feather Tour, our first destination. All right, first destination, Feather Tour. Over next to Heckwood Tour. I said I'd come back and mention about that cross. There's a load of them on Dartmoor. It's called the Abbott's Way. It goes from Buckfastleigh to Tavistock and was to connect the two, I don't know if they're abbeys or monasteries, whatever they were, religious type churchy places, back in the day. And there's a little story. Apparently the abbot, the main fella at Tavistock, went off to Plymstock to sort out. They had a few differences between the monks and, like it did in those days, always quarrelling about something. And while he was away, a few of the monks decided to get real lazy. They drunk all of his wine out of his cellar, all his best stuff. Basically just partied. Then heard that he was coming back, so obviously started to panic, and they just replaced the wine, which they knew they could, from Buckfast Abbey. They also, one of them sewed, I think it was a silver cross or chalice or something, anyway, from the Abbey. Needed to replace it, but didn't have the money to do so. So basically ended up robbing this rich fella on the road across the moors, and left him there for dead, basically, in the snow. And then when the abbot was going to return, they needed to get to Buckfastleigh. They was obviously a bit panicky. But as luck would have it, a stranger turned up, ended up saying that there was 4 monks required to go to Buckfast to see the abbot there. So they volunteered. On the way, basically, turns out it was the ghost of Matey that they killed. So they were then killed, left on the moors. The abbot didn't realise what had gone on, thought they were just lost. And in order for no more monks to get lost on the journey between Tavistock and Buckfastleigh, then he built the Abbott's Way, which is basically a series of stone crosses, I think they're about a mile apart. So there you go, a little story for you. So just bumped into a nice fella, had a quick chat with him. He's out here on his bike, and it's quite apt really. I'll cut back and show you what happened last night, but we were just discussing about the fact that because of all these lockdowns and stuff, a lot of idiots that don't usually use the moors and don't respect it up here, and just ruining it for everyone else. You know, litter everywhere, you know, fires just randomly, and barbecues, you know, dogs being a pain to the livestock. And yeah, so it just ruins it for people who actually respect the moors and want to enjoy it. So if you're one of those idiots, don't do it. You see that hill behind me? Just come up that, that's only the first section, it was way down. And we have still got to go up there. Yeah, camera don't really do it justice, but believe me, it's pretty steep on the bike. Got about 12 kilos on the old panniers, and probably about the same on my back. So yeah, it's just hard work, but it'll be worth it when we get there, I'm sure. Right, so we've got here, and we've ran into a small problem. When I say a small problem, I mean a major problem. If you can read them, no camping is permitted at this location, no open fires or barbecues. Now, I knew it was MOD, or the MOD use it rather. Didn't realise that you're not allowed to camp or have fires in here, which is a bit of a problem, seeing as I've only bought a hammock and a poncho to sleep in, so I need trees. If I had the tent, I could have just pitched up over yonder somewhere. Also, the only means of cooking I've got is a twig burner, and this says we're not allowed. And given the fact that I do preach to people about it's the unresponsible idiots who don't follow the rules that ruin it for the rest of us, it would be a little bit hypocritical. So, destination number 2, we are at Heckwood Tor. Lovely place. You can see over there, that's Pew Tor, which is our next destination. So it's only just before 10 Saturday morning, and that's 2 tours ticked off already. On to number 3, let's go. Here we go then, Pew Tor. Tour number 3 of the day. All right, let's get up the top of there. Like I said before, you've not done a tour unless you've been to the top. So let's get up the top, shall we? Right, apologies, but absolute amateur that I am, I obviously didn't plug the mic jack fully into the phone for this section. It was basically just saying that's Vixen Tor there, coming up ahead. Absolutely stunning tour, probably one of the most impressive on the moors. And unfortunately, you can't go up to it because it is in private land, which is a massive shame. Really, I say, because it's definitely one of the most impressive tours on Dartmoor. So I was obviously still not realised at this point, I haven't got the microphone plugged in properly, but I was just telling a little tale about Vixen Tor. Basically, there was a witch, Vixana, that used to live up there, and what she used to do is travellers that were coming through, she used to bring the mist down and confuse them, get them to walk into her tarn, which is an old English word for a lake or body of water. And when they got in there, obviously they would disappear below the surface. Then one day, some night, it was pure of heart, it's all that malarkey that you like to hear in fairy tales. Basically, he got rid of Vixana and freed the people that were actually in a cavern below the tarn or pool,
and were being slave driven by trolls that were employees of Vixana. So yeah, that's the little tale of Vixen tour. Yay, we messed up the microphone. Okay. But yeah, that's the other side of Vixen tour. Just saying how it looks like a witch. So legend has it. Anyway.
Right, so this is Grimstone and Saltridge Leet. Apparently, I read up on it. Apparently, it was built 500 years ago, supplied tin works and houses on the moors, and also some stuff off of the moors. And is apparently still in use, but don't quote me on that, just what I read. Okay, so we've just crossed the road. You can see behind me there. And we are now going up to there, that one. That is Little Staple Tour, so that will be tour number 5. So, Little Staple Tour. We'll get up the top, we'll have a little look around. I'll show you where we've been to and where we're heading next. Right, so stood on top of Little Staple Tour. The van, way over there you can see. And we basically followed that round over to Feather Tour. Then we went out, sorry, to Feather Tour. Then we went out to, what was that one called? Heckwood Tour. Then in the background, you can see there, that's Pew Tour. And then we come down across to Vixen Tour. And then up here. Next, we are going up to Middle Staple Tour. Then on to Great Staple Tour. Rouge Tour's over there somewhere. And finally, Cox Tour. And back down to the van. Here we have Middle Staple Tour. Right, so Great Staple there, just over my shoulder. We did go up and touch the top, but didn't bother filming up there. It's same views that way, a lot better that way. But I'm going to wait until we get to Rouge Tour, because that we are going to be able to see really, really well towards the north, towards Oakhampton Way, Oak Tour, Steeperton Tour, etc. That's on the edge of the military firing range, by the way. Rouge Tour. There's a flag post up there with no flag in it, so good sign, good news. We're not going to get shot today anyway. So, right, jet boil on. Sausage and beans boiled in the bag. We're going to have today. Then we make out over there. That's Cox Tour, so it's quite a long leg, the last one, but it is the final one. Yeah, sat up here on Rouge Tour. I'll show you the views in a minute, but you can see for miles up north. Pretty nice spot to be stopping and having something to eat, to be fair. Could quite happily sit here all day, but and say get something to eat, chill out for a bit, and then we'll get off. Cox Tour, van, and then home. So yeah, this is there we go. This is Rouge Tour. You can see that's where we just come from. Great Staple over there. Got Great Miss up there and Little Miss, which is where we were the other week, in the mist. And then look, literally see for miles and miles. Tavistock and Brent Tour over there. Say Oakhampton's up in the distance. Those ones you can see up there. I think that's that might be Steeperton and Oakie Tour. Right, food. So while we're waiting for the food to heat up, I just thought I'd show you the route. So we parked here. We then came down to Feather Tour, Heckwood Tour, sorry, over to Pew Tour. Followed this around, seen Vixen Tour, up across Little Staple, Middle Staple, Great Staple. We're now at Rouge Tour, and then we're going to go over to Cox Tor and back down to the van. Oh, jelly baby starter, beans and sausage, main course. Happy days, eh? Right, so all fed up, and not fed up as in fed up, as in feeded, whatever. Had something to eat. So off from Rooster now over to Cox. I just sat up there after I'd finished eating. Sat there for a good 10 minutes. You know, just chilling, looking at the view. It's that's what it's about. That's why I like it out here. It's quiet. There's no one's bother, no stress. Don't have to think about work or money. Just come in, chill out, clear the head, which is absolutely fantastic. Right, let's get walking. Just walking across, you see just open moorland between the two tours, and twice within 40 foot nearly had a bloody heart attack. I don't know if it was a rabbit or a hare or what, or two of them. So I almost have startled it, literally 3 foot away from me. Shot off, ran past my leg, like I said. Oh yeah, that's no good for the heart. Right. Hopefully if there's no more rabbits trying to kill me off on the way, and catch you at Cox Tor. Come across that cool little pool. There is Rooster. We just had lunch. So just look at those views. Absolutely incredible. There's Cox Tor where we're going. Pew Tor where we've been. Great Stable where we've been. Oh, fantastic day. Literally couldn't ask for anything more. Absolutely beautiful. Check out the green hair on that fella. Bit of a skater horse, emo horse, I don't know, but yeah, pretty cool looking pony. Right, so just approaching Cox Tor. Be there in a few minutes. It's only 20 past 12. So including mucking around, bits of filming, stopping, having a lunch break. That'd be the 9th tour in what? Not even 2.5 hours. So say tour baggers dream this little route. So look at this ground. Really weird. It kind of reminds me of a giant inflatable mattress. Yeah, really peculiar. It stretches on for a fair old distance. Right, I'll show you from the top of Cox Tor. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And if you can get out here. Honestly, Dartmoor is just the most amazing place. Just give you, can't even describe the feeling. It's just free kind of thing, you know. But yeah, beautiful place. And get out here if you can. Right, catch you next time. Cheers.